Alright, Schlockmeister fans, if you frequented video stores in the 80s like I did, horror movies, you definitely came across something called MANIA, Episodes in Terror. This is it. Let's check it out. This guy's just giving some earrings to a hooker.
You already paid me.
You earned them.
As the prostitute leaves the apartment building, she's confronted by a man.
What the hell are you doing here?
A man with a knife. Well, because she was a prostitute, he doesn't call the police, but the police interview everybody in the building.
Across the courtyard, saw the whole thing from her window.
Then you have a witness.
I wish, Mr. Harold. She's 86 years old, nearly blind as a bat.
Well, he's paranoid now because he knows the killer saw him and he's a witness. And apparently, that's a symbol or a sign. This is Steve's fiance.
What planet are you on?
Oh,
He's a little not himself these days.
too many late nights.
You work too hard.
I guess he's stalking him.
Leave me alone! I won't tell anybody what I saw!
But guess what?
Secretaries, security systems.
Our killer appears to be trying to set Steve up.
Phoned into the station house. Anonymous.
But the policeman
A tip.
thinks he did it.
Where's the knife, Mr. Harold?
I don't... What are you talking about?
Have to admit it adds up.
After the policeman leaves, he takes a knife and throws it down the garbage chute in his building. Doesn't seem like the smartest idea, but whatever. Especially considering this.
It's my duty to inform you that you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
When he goes to court to fight, that look of horror is because he recognizes the judge.
I saw Edna Franks at the health club.
There's been a bunch of rash of burglaries in the
Dave
neighborhood.
bought her a gun. She showed me. People are really getting scared, Jack.
With Edna Franks on the loose.
He doesn't want a gun. He doesn't want a guard dog.
But why not?
No, absolutely not. Under no circumstances are we getting a watchdog.
The Carver's got one. And Jill says that it's terrific.
Well, she decides to get one anyway, much to his chagrin. We learn later on that he had an issue with dogs when he was a kid. He got bit or something, and he's been afraid of dogs ever since.
Well, he'd better familiarize himself with the backyard, because that's where he's going to stay.
Oh, Jack. Who's ever heard of keeping a guard dog outside? Come on, boy.
Monster, where are you?
Hey.
So his wife has to leave. I think she's out of town for a bit. He's in charge of the dog. And is he going to poison that dog? doesn't seem to be interested in it. Guess he'll eat later. Well, he leaves, and when he comes back,
What have I done?
he feels guilty.
I'm sorry.
So he takes to the vet.
You got here quickly. It's a good thing you live close by.
You'll be all right, Marie.
Well, you'll be fine.
But something strange. He gets home. That steak was never eaten.
Mr. Benson,
Yes, who's it?
listen to me very carefully, Mr. Benson. I've just called the police.
Doctor? Is that you? What are you saying?
I examined your dog, Mr. Benson. He wasn't poisoned. He was choking. Choking on fingers.
What?
Human fingers. He had 2 of them lodged in his throat. He must have had a run-in with a burglar and attacked him. Mr. Benson? Mr. Benson, are you there? Hello? Hello?
Getting worse, Mommy. I better not go to school today.
110 degrees?
Does that mean I'm sick?
It means somebody's trying to get out of going to school today. Nice try, kiddo.
So after trying to fake sick, she's off to school.
That'll do.
Please.
Now scoot.
Now, while she takes a shower, we're led to believe that there's an intruder in the house. It's because there is.
Hi, Mrs. Flores. Is nobody coming to play?
Hillary's already gone to school. Hello? Better? Hello?
Next time, answer on the first 2 rings.
Sorry? Who is this?
Listen very carefully. Do everything we say.
What's this? What do you want?
We have your daughter.
So it's a ransom situation.
Anything. Please, just don't hurt my baby.
So she's off to the bank.
Leave your home and get into your car. Drive downtown to your bank. You know about the
Where she has a safety deposit
Don't lie
box.
to me again.
Kidnapper's waiting when she gets home.
I'm afraid she got a little hysterical. She was crying for you. We had to give her something to keep her quiet.
You bastard. You drugged her? If anything happens to my daughter...
More threats, Kelly?
We'll meet again, Kelly. That's a promise.
Busy, please stand by.
Oh, God. Hurry. Hurry.
Operator,
Get me the police.
you can dial that number direct, ma'am.
Damn it, this is an emergency.
One moment, please.
Mommy? Don't cry, Mommy.
Oh, Hillary. Thank God you're safe. Oh, my baby.
What's wrong, Mommy?
Nothing. Everything's fine.
But guess what?
Look at what I did in school today, Mommy.
She was never kidnapped.
I got every word but one. Horrible. I had trouble with that one. Horribal. That's
Damn it, man, we sweated bullets over this
A
presentation.
couple of coworkers yapping in a bar.
Now, if he doesn't like the work, we're just gonna have to do it over. And you, the least you could have done was stand up. We're supposed to be partners, Dan, remember?
Then the loudmouth gets into an argument with some punks.
What are you looking at, animal? What do you think you're doing? Here's your look at yourself.
Well, once they split up, the mild-mannered guy walks into a domestic dispute, it looks like. Well, they run out in the street and they're getting chased by the guy. He decides, let's go to my house. Well, they make it to his house, but the guy's still out there.
See, I told you everything would be all right.
We've called the police. They'll be here any minute.
After hearing a crash in the basement, he tries to call the police again, but the phone is dead. Who cut it?
Sorry, Dad. What? I couldn't call the police. They wouldn't understand. But you understand, don't you?
Oh my God. That man didn't attack you. You tried to kill him.
He was a brute. He deserved to die.
Then the guy from the basement shows up again. But yep, she's been the bad guy the whole time. When the police do arrive, they find one survivor. I guess he got her, but he doesn't look like the victim here. All right, let's talk about Mania episodes in terror. This was, like I said at the beginning, was a videotape. As far as I know, it was made for video. Actually, anyway, I think it's a made for Canada television thing, or was supposed to be part of perhaps a series. I don't know. There's almost nothing written online about this movie, but it was available on videotape in the 80s, and almost every video store in my area had it. It was all you always find in the horror section. It had this very generic looking box that just said Mania on the cover. And then I actually had a poster of this movie hanging on my wall as a kid for years. Not that I was fascinated by the movie, it's just that my video store had the poster and it was for sale for $1 or $2, so I snatched it up. Why not? I had Mania episodes in terror on my wall. So anyway, it's an anthology film, and there's 4 stories in here. Like I said, it looks like it's made for television, though. The first story is about a guy who paid a hooker for sex, and then as she left his apartment complex, she got killed by a guy. Now he's also paranoid because he saw what the guy looked like, and the guy saw him. Ultimately, he gets framed for the murder, and the judge is the actual killer. Second story was about it was the dog one, right? Yeah, it was the dog one. This guy who's afraid of dogs, but there's a bunch of crimes in his neighborhood, break-ins and things. His wife insists on getting a dog, a watchdog. So they do. When she's out of town, he decides he's going to poison the dog, but he has a change of heart. He put a poisoned steak in the dog's dish, and when he comes back home, the dog is like passed out and sick, and he takes it to the vet because he felt bad, like, what have I done? Vet says he'll be okay. He goes home, and then he finds the steak was never eaten. So what the hell? He gets a phone call from the vet. The vet says, I'm sorry, your dog wasn't poisoned. He had 2 human fingers lodged in his throat that he was choking on. He's okay now. Turns out there was a burglar in the house, and then we see the burglar with 2 missing fingers. He takes a gun and shoots the guy. Third story was the kidnapping one, where this woman got a phone call saying that her daughter was kidnapped, and she's got to go to the bank. She had the safety deposit box with a bunch of jewels and stuff in it. Well, she does that. She brings it to the kidnapper, and the kidnapper says, as soon as this timer goes off, your daughter will be here. Well, the daughter does show up, and it turns out she was never even kidnapped. She comes home showing some stuff that she did in school, so it was all a ruse. which leads us to the fourth story, The Good Samaritan. This is the only one where I recognize somebody. Lenore Zahn was the woman in this one. You might remember her from the movie One Night Only. She was in that one, which I reviewed on my previous channel, a sex comedy from the 80s. Canadian actress. I think she went on to become like a politician up in like Newfoundland or something. But anyway, Good Samaritan stumbles upon her in a dispute with this guy, rescues her. They run back to his house. The guy chases them down. She calls the police, or did she? No, she actually pretended to. Turns out she was the assailant and the guy wasn't. Well, the guy still shows up. He breaks in. There's a scuffle. She ends up stabbing the guy, but then she decides to go after the Good Samaritan. And we don't see it off screen, though. Apparently, he killed her. And then the police showed up, and then they see the two dead bodies. And, of course, I'm guessing they're assuming he did it. And that's how that one ends. So anyway, that is Mania Episodes in Terror. Now, not available on DVD in this country. In fact, I was unbelievably surprised to find this had been released anywhere, but it came out in Germany on this CMT Laservision label. It's one of my most prized possessions DVD-wise, because I didn't think I'd ever find this, but it exists. But it's extremely rare even for that area. So I found this on eBay, I think. One copy remaining at the time. Who knows? Maybe there's more out there now. But yeah, happy to have this. English soundtrack even. Pretty cool. So anyway, check it out. If you can find this thing, maybe somebody's got it streaming somewhere. I don't know. But like I said, this was pretty darn common in the 80s on VHS. I have a pre-recorded VHS of it myself. So there you go. Mania Episodes in Terror. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. If you know anything about this movie's origins, let me know. You can find it on IMDb under the title Mania Intruder, which I don't think is a real title. I think it was just always called Mania, the title screen, or Mania Episodes in Terror. But check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Mania, watch it. Bye.